U.S. soy doesn't have a future. It has many possible futures. At the U.S. Soybean Export Council, or USSEC, we often find ourselves grappling with uncertainty about the future. The U.S. soy industry is large and complex, and it changes every day. That's why, during our 2017 International Marketing Dialogue, we brought together 140 leaders and thinkers from across the soy value chain to engage in strategic foresight about the changing world and its impact on U.S. soy. Strategic foresight is a framework for interpreting an unpredictable future. Because we don't know what will happen, it is important to describe what could happen. Scenarios help us generate strategies that prepare us not only for the futures we prefer, but also futures we might not prefer or have otherwise even suspected. At the International Marketing Dialogue, we used futures scenarios to uncover what are known as signals. Signals are small, local behaviors that have the potential to grow into larger trends. As futurists Jake Dunnigan and Stuart Candy point out, it is better to be surprised by a simulation than blindsided by reality. We don't uncover signals to make predictions. We do it to create more flexible, effective plans that give us greater competence in responding to uncertainty. Let's look at the signals we uncovered at the International Marketing Dialogue for U.S. soy. Signal 1: protective responses to the complexity of the network. The internet has given us greater visibility into the complexity of the social capital networks that contain our organizations and industries. We now see the smallest change to any part of the network has the potential to reshape other parts in unexpected ways. Our first signal suggests this dynamic is encouraging some agriculture industry professionals to seek ways to protect their part of the network. These protective responses can make it difficult to see these complexities as opportunities to innovate. Can the U.S. soy industry support innovation by preparing for protective responses to the complex network into which it fits? With this signal, soy industry leaders can ask questions about how their organizations might innovate when they feel pressure to protect. Signal 2: creating connections to nodes in the network outside of agriculture. We're starting to see parts of our networks we couldn't see before, which allows for new connections. This signal suggests that there are interesting examples of people and organizations within the soy industry making connections to people and organizations outside of agriculture. The relationship between agriculture and technology may not have been obvious in the past, but that is changing. What would it mean for U.S. soy to have a deep connection to, say, the entertainment industry? This signal suggests that industry leaders can find insights for planning in the questions surrounding how to find value in unexpected parts of the network. Signal 3: depoliticizing the term sustainability. This signal points to examples in U.S. soy and agriculture generally where sustainability is being used to refer to outcomes-based analysis of competitive innovation. There are many ways to try to measure sustainability: energy use, cost reduction, reduced environmental impact. Depoliticized sustainability asks to measure different practices across these and other metrics. How would U.S. soy respond if a sustainability index were to popularly emerge and become the standard measure across agriculture? This signal gives soy industry leaders a view of how to plan for the possibility of a more potent definition of sustainability. Signal 4: proactive responses to accelerating technological change. This signal notices that in the U.S. soy industry, there are signs of proactive and positive responses to technological change. Whether it's GPS and auto steer for combines, or the use of drones, there appear to be signs in the industry that we might embrace accelerating technological change. What if it were suddenly possible to automate a huge portion of the work of farming soy? How would the U.S. soy industry respond? This signal gives leaders the opportunity to consider these outcomes before they have the potential to become reality and adjust plans accordingly. Signal 5. Attempts to move beyond confrontation with activists. With this signal, we see evidence of people and organizations in the industry attempting to move beyond confrontation through approaches such as collaboration and positive argumentation. Whether it's direct meetings between industry and activist leaders, collaboration groups, or transparently exposing industry research, new ways to get beyond the conflict are starting to appear. What strategies could U.S. soy put in place to best respond if there were suddenly a popular #StopFighting movement that demanded collaboration between industry and activism? This signal makes it possible for soy leaders to ask questions about how their organizations can deal with the changing shape of these disagreements. Signal 6. Openness to possibility in the context of planning. This signal suggests that there are examples from the U.S. soy industry where people and organizations are finding ways to create more openness to possibility while generating strategy and plans. Tools from strategic foresight are being used to imagine the myriad possibilities that, if they come to pass, could lay waste to well-intentioned plans. What if lab-grown meat becomes cheap and plentiful? How would this affect the plans that have been shaped by leaders and organizations within the soy industry? With this signal, leaders can explore how to make their planning more open to possibility. What's next? At USSEC, we are excited to be exploring possible futures. By putting some of the best minds from our industry to this task at the 2017 International Marketing Dialogue, we've been able to perform this exploration in strategic foresight to yield what we believe are compelling insights. We will be using these signals to ask more and better questions to inform our plans, and we hope they're useful to you as well.